You did it. You built a business that works so well, other people want a piece of the action. Maybe you've onboarded your first few franchisees, or maybe you're preparing to bring on your very first one. Either way, you've reached a pivotal moment in the story of your business. Because right now, everything that makes your business great probably lives in your head, or a handful of documents, or your existing staff that just know how everything works. This is fine when it's just you and your team running the show, but when you hand the keys over to someone else, they won't have the ingrained knowledge that you and your team have. They need a system. Replication is the key to successful franchising, but it's also what makes it fragile. If you can't reliably transfer your operations, standards, brand and culture to every new location, things quickly start to drift, and as you scale, they can fall apart completely. The franchises that scale successfully aren't necessarily the ones with the best product or service. They're the ones with the best system for delivering consistently every single time in every single location. Here's a common mistake we see early stage franchises make all of the time. They understand they need technology to scale, so they grab the first franchise management tool they find. And it works, kind of, but it forces them to adapt to the software with rigid workflows and generic templates. The whole point of franchising is that you worked out something that works, a repeatable, reliable business model that delivers. This is your secret sauce. Why would you water it down to fit someone else's vision of how a franchise should run? What you need is a platform that adapts to your processes. One that lets you take the exact way you do things, your onboarding steps, your quality checks, your daily opening procedures, your training pathways, and build them into a system that any new franchisee can follow from day one. That's what Claromentis is designed to do. It's a no-code, fully configurable franchise management software that's built to fit you, not the other way around. Here's what building the foundations of your franchise right from the start actually looks like. First, you create your franchise hub. This is a branded portal. Your colours, your logo, your identity, where every franchisee logs in and finds everything they need. News, announcements, documents, brand assets, the operations manual, it's their single source of truth, and it means no more emailing PDFs back and forth or wondering if someone's working from an outdated version. Next, you build your onboarding pathway. Using the integrated learning management system, you can create a structured sequence of courses, quizzes, policy acknowledgements that every new franchisee completes before they open their doors. This is how you transfer your knowledge at scale, and it enables you to monitor their progress and ensure consistency without ever needing to be in the room. Finally, you digitize your core processes: store opening and closing checklists, incident reporting, stock requests, quality audits. Whatever makes your operation tick, you can turn it into configurable automated workflows. When a franchisee submits an incident report, it automatically routes to the right person, triggers the right follow-up, and creates a time-stamped record. No chasing, no gaps. Neat Method did exactly this. They're a luxury home organising franchise with over 95 locations across the US and Canada. They use Claromentis as their internal hub to centralise documents, share updates, and keep every franchisee aligned. And because the platform is so visual and easy to use, it reflects the brand experience they're known for. When you build all these systems early, every new location you open is essentially a duplicate of your best performing one. And that is how you scale, without dilution, without compromise. Now, one of the biggest concerns we hear from early stage franchisors is, we're not big enough for enterprise software yet. And I get it. You don't want to overinvest in a platform you'll outgrow, but you also don't want to cobble together free tools that will fall apart when you hit 20 locations. Claromentis is built to scale with you, with our franchise plans starting at just 5 locations. Start with the features you need today to provide effective communication, training and operations across your network. Then As you grow, layer in compliance tracking, location dashboards, and more. You don't need to rip and replace as you scale. Our product grows seamlessly with you. And because it supports multi-brand theming and granular permissions, when the time comes to bring on different franchise concepts or expand into new markets, the platform is already set up for it. I said earlier that you're at a key moment in the history of your business. The decisions you make now will shape everything that follows. Build it right from the start, and every new franchisee, every new location, and every new market becomes easier, not harder. Don't adapt your winning formula to match someone else's software. Find the software that protects it. If you're building a franchise and want to get the foundations right, let's talk. The link is in the description.